Senators are supposed to be jurors in the impeachment of a president. And we learned that yesterday, 21 Republican senators, 21 of the 53, that's nearly 40% of the Republican senators, left the Senate chamber for long periods of time while Adam Schiff was arguing the case of the prosecution during yesterday's day of Donald Trump's Senate impeachment trial. Senators are supposed to be in their seats during the trial. They're supposed to not miss the proceedings, since these proceedings are what they will ultimately be using to decide, are we going to convict or are we going to acquit the president of the United States? And yet 21 Republican senators and 2 Democratic senators were missing while Adam Schiff was laying out the case. They're not even pretending to take this seriously. And of course, we know they're not taking it seriously. We know they've already decided that they will be voting to acquit the president of the United States, but they could at least pretend to take it seriously. Michael McAuliffe, who's a congressional reporter, tweeted about this in the middle of the day yesterday, saying, quote, just counted 21 empty seats on the Republican side of the Senate, 2 on the Democratic side, a couple of hours into Adam Schiff's presentation. Some are just stretching their legs, but most are not in the chamber. Some of them have been out of there for a while. They're supposed to decide the fate of Donald Trump based on the evidence, and they are missing the evidence. And we talked on yesterday's live stream of the proceedings about how Chief Justice John Roberts, who's presiding over impeachment as the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, does. John Roberts' role is procedural. It is not to evaluate the evidence or render an opinion. Part of the procedure that John Roberts is supposed to be enforcing are the basic rules, like senators must be there during the proceedings. And this actually may be part of why we only get 2 camera angles the entire time. C-SPAN has said they've requested to be allowed to use their cameras in the Senate and to control their cameras. Mitch McConnell does not want that. And when you look at the production of the stream, unless something's changed in the last few hours, there's a shot of the outside of the Senate, which I believe is still a C-SPAN camera. And then there are 2 shots. We get 2 camera angles. There's like a zoomed in shot of the area where Schiff and Nadler and the different House managers, impeachment managers stand. And then there's a slightly wider shot that lets you see the front of the room, the tables where Donald Trump's defense attorneys and the House impeachment managers and John Roberts are pictured, but no real shots of the chamber, since we would all immediately realize, where the hell are the senators? This is sick and disgusting, and it is a sham. Republicans have been saying this is a sham. They're right, it's a sham. But it's a sham because 40% of them are gone for long portions of Adam Schiff's and other presentations. In a sense, it's almost as if there are 53 empty seats, right? Because they're all, as far as we know, going to vote to acquit Donald Trump regardless of the evidence. And like I said yesterday on Twitter, how will they decide whether to convict or acquit Trump if they don't see the testimony? Oh, that's right. They don't need to. It's an absolute and total farce. We're doomed in a sense here. And this is not even really a matter of partisanship per se. It's just childish behavior. It's immature elected officials. It's with a lot of them, we keep hearing it. This is boring. And it's boring, but you are deciding about whether a president who is only the 3rd president ever to be impeached is going to become the 1st president ever to actually be convicted on impeachment. And they're bored. They're bored and they're walking around while Adam Schiff is presenting evidence. It's a truly sorry bunch. And because of the coverage on Fox News and elsewhere, which I'm going to talk about momentarily, a huge portion of the country will not even hear that 40% of Republicans were gone during much of Adam Schiff's speech. It won't even enter their echo chamber at all, ever. But it reinforces, once again, for better or worse, our voicemail today argues that this is for worse. Every day of this reinforces that there's one way to hold Donald Trump accountable. I don't even have to say it. We all know what it is, and it would be done in November. Let me just put it that way. It's 9.5 months away. He won't be convicted on impeachment. He's not going to be indicted criminally after he's out of office. Yesterday, I got questions during our live stream about how likely do you think it is Trump gets indicted when he finally leaves office? I don't think it's likely at all. I would not take that bet. We have one shot to force him to suffer a consequence, and it's by voting him out in November. Let's now talk about Fox News' coverage. Privacy.com is one of our sponsors, and they're giving you $5 just for using their free service at privacy.com/Pakman. Privacy is a service I've been using for a while now. I love it. It saves me a bunch of headaches. It's completely free, and it's very quick to set up. And here's how it works. When you pay for something online or over the phone, instead of exposing your real credit card number, Privacy lets you generate virtual card numbers. The payments are withdrawn from your checking account, but your real card number stays completely private, and you do it all with one click. You can autofill the card number in your web browser, on the phone. You can create 12 virtual cards a month. You can set spending limits, freeze them, delete them whenever you want. I especially love it for free trials where you need to give a credit card number, because I can destroy the virtual card number as soon as I give it to the company, and I know I won't be charged in the future. If you're ordering food over the phone, why do I need to give a restaurant my real card number if I don't have to? Companies don't have to know who you are. Your real credit card number is protected from the data breaches that happen, unfortunately, more often than we would like, and it's completely free. They do have a paid version with different tiers where you can create more virtual credit card numbers per month, cashback rewards, extra security features. But go ahead and sign up for the free service. It's a no-brainer. Companies can't charge you unexpectedly. You're protected from identity theft. It costs you nothing. And Privacy is giving you $5 to spend just for signing up when you go to privacy.com/Pakman.